All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So we did have some technical difficulties there for a little bit, and this might be the 15th time I've been broadcasting this stream. So for that, I deeply apologize. As soon as the lobby had launched, my game decided, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity to crash and reboot. So I came back in, I started doing a little talking because I hit the start stream button, and it looks like you need to go on YouTube and click the go live button for the stream to actually work, even if you click the start broadcasting button. So, in the event that I wasn't broadcasting, to give you a quick recap of exactly where we are in the championship, AJ is still leading at P1 of the championship at 66 points. Right behind him is Deek Surf at 40 points. Tuck Neverlasting at 26. What Noise at 24. Chico at 21. Silly Harvey 20. Chase Ace 18. Evo 15. Calculus 12. And Wrath to round off the top 10 at 8. And last week was a really exciting race. If you weren't able to join us, we were at Imola, a very difficult track to overtake in, as we all know. And the real battle that we got to watch was between Deek Surf and Chico. For the majority of the race, these guys were like neck and neck. And also, as a matter of fact, Major Castleman was in there too. Unfortunately, throughout the race, Major Castleman did get several time penalties, so he did end up falling out of the competitive competition for the race win or even a podium. Unfortunately, he spun later on. But the real big story that I want to say, the real comeback kid from Imola, was our championship leader, AJ, who, unfortunately, the way his luck kind of went is in the very first lap of the race, he found himself getting spun around, thrown into the back. He had to pit, get himself a new wing, but through adversity, he was able to lift himself up and get himself all the way back up to the front of the pack. And with less than 5 laps to go, he found himself sitting in 5th place behind 4th and 3rd place. Managed to get past the guy in 4th place, and now he's fighting tooth and nail, trying to catch up to Chase Ace, who is holding the position of 3rd place, the last podium step, going into the last lap of the race, neck and neck, with only about 2 corners to go. I'm sorry. With the beginning of the final lap of the race, AJ was able to get the DRS, ERS, and sail clean past Chase Ace, who was on a set of hard tires, and AJ was on mediums. Fantastic drive from AJ. Absolutely wonderful to watch from the commentator. And today, here we are at Austria, the home of the Red Bulls, and my favorite track, to be completely honest, as we see that Wrath disqualified. So I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but we are riding on board with Unversed, and he has a 106.8, which put some good enough for P9. And so we're going to switch over here to Evo right now, who's just going through Sector 2, hoping to get a better time to get him up from P5 all the way up to pole position. And while he does that, because I have the best luck tonight, I haven't even checked my stream. Alright, so I can hear myself, you can hear the game, everything's hunky-dory. And coming to the start-finish line, as it looks like Deek Surf did spin a bit, Evo didn't seem to improve, so my guess is he's probably going to be doing a slow lap, get back into the pits, and throw on a brand new set of tires. So 2 seconds down into the second sector, Chase Ace is looking to improve. He is improving on his time of a 105.9. If he maintains this gap, he might find himself jumping Evo into P5 as he comes across the start-finish straight and puts him into 4th place ahead of Kaler and Evo. So let's go on board with AJ Jackson right now, who is on a flying lap. And a reminder that AJ is our championship leader right now. He is 26 points ahead of Deek Surf, and he is going into the pits. So scratch that. Let's go and take a look at, I think Kaler just did a flyer, so he should be on a still up. Deke Surf. Let's see. He has bounced out of that. And the other Alpine, which is Maverick, is definitely not flying because you are absolutely out of juice, my friend. But Slick Rick seems to be pushing. And if he's not, then we're going to ride on board with Calculus right at Chase right after that. Or not. We'll go online with the Red Bull of Chico. Coming around into, yes, he is on his outlap. So we will jump real quick to Kenny Leclerc, who's also on his outlap, getting that beautiful toe from Chico. But we'll first ride on board with Chico as he goes through turn 1. Very clean exit there. Past turn 2, which is ridiculous because that's not really a turn. And a turn 3 here. Seems to have set a personal best in Sector 1. Exits clean, takes all the width of the track, gets right on the gas. Heading down to what I believe is turn 5 here. Keeps it, he took all the curb, all the way out, right on the gas. Good throttle application here. Great throttle control through the corner. And is my keyboard not working? No way. No. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Fixed. Coming around the last 2 corners. Can he improve? And he does. He improves by 0.2 of a lap, but that is not good enough to bring him any closer to the front of the pack here. We'll go back here with Kenny Leclerc, which he is setting his lap now. On 0 lap old softs. Kenny is another one of the rapid drivers here today. I do expect to see a lot of positions gained over the next 36 laps, I believe it is. This comes down through Sector 2 to turn 5. I wish it would tell you where they were in the speed trap. That would be really good. But you can only hope. So coming through here now. Make sure you get on that throttle. Don't go too far because then you'll hit the dirt. And that's no good. Very nice execution. And with just 2 more corners to go. Right on the gas. And 106.4. He must have invalidated the final corner because that lap did not register. So unfortunately, it does look like Kenny is going to need to go back in the pits with only 4 minutes remaining and get himself on a brand new set of tires. And so AJ is looking to set a time here. And it looks like Kenny decided, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to save my tires. I'm going to go right into the race. And this way he has a fresh set of softs in case he needs them. So I'm curious on the medium strategy here, only because we know the soft tire is faster. So it's got to be a similar tire strategy here. The AJ is looking to save his tires for the race. With 4 minutes left, this is his only shot here at setting a better time, because unfortunately he is not going to have enough time to go around again unless he wants to eke out another lap, but he's definitely not going to have enough ERS to do that because he does have the medium tire, so he can't afford one more flying lap. And right behind him, it does look like it is the Mercedes of Slick Rick. So as he comes across 105.3, which is good enough for 4th place, Slick Rick comes across 0.6 down, good enough for 9th. And then we have the Mercedes of Unburst coming through. And Unversed is up on his time. He is improving. But will he have enough to bring him up into the top 10? And he does. He brings himself up into P9. And Maverick, unfortunately, is... Oh, he's on a flyer with 2 lap-old softs. So we'll stay on board here and see what time Maverick can put up, as he seems to be leading the pack right now with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left of the qualifying. I gotta say, having watched Maverick for the last year, he's been in the league for a year. That is dedication, my friends. Absolutely one of the old timers of the league when it comes to tenure. He has honestly become such a good racer. He was never a bad racer, don't mix my words, but I said this, I think round 1, he stepped up into the World Championship division with his friend and co-worker Wrath, and he's been pretty much able to throw with the big guys. So, definitely no apologies. I am still getting over my cold, but it's still fun to watch him race, let me tell you. So, unless Chase does appear to be on a flyer here, this is probably going to be... He is definitely not on a flyer, so it's probably going to be the... No, okay, he's not pushing.
So who is pushing?
Deeksurf, I don't think is going out because he's nowhere near. Yeah, Deeksurf is sitting happy in pole with 104.599, basically a 104.6. Aaron has already retired, so the only shot at a comeback is Chico in P3 with a 105.019. So I do see him on track, but if he's not making it to the line now, I don't think he's going to have enough time to get around and start a new lap here. So Deeksurf, provisionally, you are our pole sitter. Congratulations. Followed by Aaron Altmaier, also known as Graz, in P2, Chico in P3, Chase Ace, who was able to bring himself up to P4 with a 105.2, and then AJ Jackson in 5th, Kaler 6th, Calculus 7th, Evo 8th, Unversed 9th, Slick Rick 10th, Maverick 11th, and then Kenny LaFleur and Wrath 12th and 13th. So, while this wasn't the most exhilarating qualifying I've seen, I can definitely tell you that these times are close, and I think that's going to translate to some amazing on-track action. So while we wait for these folks to go around and actually hit the retire button, I did promise you guys some dad jokes the other week, because instead of listening to me make some random ad spots, I figured I'd tickle your funny bone with some dad jokes. And I am a dad, so I'm allowed to do this. Dad, can you put the cat out? I didn't realize it was on fire. Did you know that if prisoners could take their own mugshots, they would be called selfies? And that reminds me of what happened a little earlier today. I got hit in the head with a can of Coke, but fortunately, it was a soft drink. And I think you can tell also, I love making courthouse puns. I am guilty as charged. At a restaurant with my dad, the hostess asked, "Do you have reservations?" Which my dad replied, "No, I'm confident I want to eat here." And the last dad joke that I will leave you here before we get into the warm-up lap, formation lap. A ham sandwich walks into a bar and asks for beer. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here." And those were your dad jokes for the evening. And, alright. So, my game decided to minimize, as it does, because it's Codemasters. We are waiting for the cars to load in. So, alright, well, you know what, that is fine. So we got them all out on the track now, thankfully, with 15 seconds for them to choose their strategy. Just a few words about tire choice here. So this is Austria. I do expect there to be at least one safety car. Last week we didn't get any safety cars, but we did get virtual safety cars. And no one was really able to take advantage of that. But today, we are here in Austria, and this track is known to produce several safety cars. So my prediction as far as tire strategy goes as follows. If there are no safety cars, which I'm sure there will be safety car, your best bet is probably going soft to hards. But if you're not going to, if you are going to get a safety car, I would suggest starting off on the softs because they can go several laps here. Safety car comes out, switch to the hards. Well, I guess that's the exact same. I guess it depends when the safety car comes out. So maybe then I'll think of it a little differently. Save your softs. Do what these guys are doing up front. Throw on a set of mediums. They'll set you up for a nice drive into lap 18, lap 20 territory. So if a safety car does come out, you have a chance to throw on those pairs of soft if it's a late safety car. Otherwise, you can go on to those hards, right? What am I looking for here? Yeah, so tire strategies. It looks like the majority of folks have started on the mediums, with the exception of Chico and Unversed, Slick Rick, and Wrath on the hards. And you saw it right there. It's saying it's a medium hard race, but I think you could do a hard soft here. But I think, yeah, I mean, being a bit conservative here, you could definitely do a medium hard. As the cars are lining up to get started at round 4 of the American Racing League Championship, as they try to line up on their grid spots, which seems a few of them are still getting used to it. All right, and we have 5 red lights, and we are racing at Austria for round 4 of the American Racing League Championship as Deke Surf gets away really well, and Evo, his teammate, makes a ton of overtakes, gets himself up into P3, right behind Aaron and his teammate Deke Surf. What a wonderful start off the line here, coming down to turn 1 with a few movements back there. Unversed seems to have lost several places there, is now driving in 12th, just ahead of AJ Jackson. AJ Jackson must have spin off the start because he is down there in 13th, but as we know, and he has no wing. But we do know that AJ Jackson is a resilient driver and will do everything that he can to get back up, as Aaron seems to have lost a place on Evo, who is now tucked up right behind his teammate, and Chase is looking to even get into that play there. So we'll jump on board with Chase as he chases down Aaron for P3. Coming into the last 2 turns of Sector 3 to start the second lap of the race. And 5/10ths back behind Chase. Deke Surf setting the benchmark lap of 1:11.9, which we know we will see those times dropping as this race gets going. Aaron is staying nice and close behind Evo as they make their drive down to turn 1. And AJ, the call is to go on those softs there, buddy. I hope that's the move you're making, because you're going to need that pace. I'm getting a lot of lag, so apologies 1 second while I close Discord, because Discord loves to make things laggy. So that is closed. Let me quit the wallpaper app I have. Now the lag should go away. So this battle for second place is going on. But meanwhile, Deeksurf is disappearing out front with already a 2-second gap, and we haven't even gotten ERS yet.